Today is the first day of the rest of the Digimon franchise's life. There's been some wonky Game Pass news this week. The short of it is that it's all getting more expensive, particularly Game Pass Ultimate, which is shifting from $20 to 30 clams a month. Game Pass Ultimate, you will note, is the one they're talking about when they say play it day one on Game Pass. Now, I don't think a Game Pass price increase is by itself big news. And I mean, we went over this just last year. A subscription service raising its prices is not newsworthy. What I do find interesting is how Xbox chose to communicate this price increase. Typically, it's going to be an email. You get an email that says, hey, look, it's going to be more money next month. You begrudgingly accept that or you cancel. That's just how it goes. Xbox went above and beyond this week. They did everything they could to make this appear as though it is good news. They're saying it's only a price increase because it's a value increase. I mean, look, it's simple. Xbox Game Pass gives you more. The idea their whole messaging hinges on is that you, gamer, the person watching this, you love options. You want to play your games on your devices wherever you go. This is how we play now. And because you love streaming to all your devices so much, they are adding cloud gaming to every tier. And yes, incidentally, that means they will all become much more expensive.
That means you have the freedom to stream and play on any supported device. And with cloud gaming, that includes a lot of devices.
Just so you don't get the wool pulled over your eyes here, if you pause that, you can see they didn't add a single new device, with the exception of that toaster joke up there. While there are perhaps some die-hard Xbox fans who would have given that visual gag a courtesy chuckle in the past, this was just not the time for humor. When it comes to reading the room, Xbox is kindergarten level reading. Here's more jokes.
And Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is still Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. We explored other names, but they didn't work out. Of course.
All right, just more tips from a comedy master, right? Again, just first and foremost, don't do jokes. But if you're making a list and you're already tapped out at 5 ideas, 2 of them cannot be Fast and the Furious references. Pick one or move on. And also, I think Xbox Game Pass Max sounds cool. So yeah, it's hard to tell if they're just incredibly out of touch or they are doing their darndest to grin and deliver and keep up the charade that everything is in fact good. There's this part where they're promoting their rewards program and they show someone redeeming an Xbox gift card for $1.75.
So if you've got your eye on some DLC, you can spend points to bring home the bundle.
You see what I'm saying here? Even the phrase bring home the bundle just sounds like something that no one says. Though, I did find this one advertisement for a Subway in India that used it once. And by the way, I like that they hired this nameless presenter for this. I think that was a good call. And Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, Matt Booty, they all come across as very natural and sincere presenters. But I don't think they could have pulled this off.
With games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. You heard that right. PC and cloud are coming to premium.
But a strange thing, not just in that YouTube video, but the other one they made, the entire Xbox Wire post, absolutely never mentioned is the PC tier. The one you see if you click this little button down here. So that's $16.49 a month, and it still does include those day one on Game Pass games. However, you would not be able to stream any of them to your tablet. Hold on, are you telling me you only play games on your PC? That is not how we play now. Anyway, I think overall it's just kind of a fun case of marketing doing their best to convince their kid to go to the dentist. Just packaging bad news as good news. And for the next thing we got to talk about, some bad news that could not be packaged any other way. Video gamer Electronic Arts to be bought and largest ever private equity buyout valued at $55 billion. That's a record smasher for you. It's the kind of news that's so big that, non-gaming outlets, business sections of newspapers across the world are excited to cover this. And, if you've been following anything like this recently, I think you would automatically think $55 billion EA. Oh, so Saudi Arabia bought them. And you would be partially right. Remember this juicy headline from last year? Monopoly Go devs spent more on marketing than it cost to develop The Last of Us 2? And the secret answer to, wow, how did they do that? Is that Scopely, who makes Monopoly Go, is owned by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. It's how you get commercials like this, presumably.
Nice frosting, Brad.
Thank you.
How we doing, Kiki?
Tastes like money to me.
However, the PIF in this case is only part of an investor consortium comprised of PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners. Silver Lake is an investment firm that specializes in technology, and Affinity Partners is Jared Kushner's investment firm that specializes in I'm not sure what. Stuff like this, I guess. So in a way, it's pretty much impossible to say, oh cool, good for EA in this case. I do like it was pointed out in this one Reuters article. So EA's $55 billion is the biggest leveraged buyout in history, right? They point out that the previous leveraged buyout record holder, the $45 billion takeover of TXU Energy in 2007, that went bankrupt in 2014. That's 7 good years. Before that, Toys R Us made it 12 years. Hertz made it 15. So yeah, what we're seeing here is that these sorts of massive buyouts typically don't work out. It might be impossible for this to become good news, but if EA is looking for any advice, I'd say hire this woman.
Hey everyone, Xbox Game Pass is getting an upgrade.
And that's Delayed Input. I'll be back next week. Until then, thanks for watching. Yeah, I know what you're wondering. You're wondering, how do we go through this whole video without ever bringing up Call of Duty Next, the premier gaming event of the year? What's kind of fun about Call of Duty Next this year is that we are able to compare it against its rival video game Battlefield, which just 2 months ago had its own Battlefield event, very similar to this one.
We have 200 plus of your favorite creators here now. 250 of your favorite creators and press have arrived.
So here they are, the top 5 things that made Call of Duty Next different. Number 5, it actually looked fun to be there. Like they got these montages that show like events. They had a whole scary house zipline. You know, it doesn't seem like a bad time. Yeah, that robot is designed for murder, but you know, it seems nice. Number 4, being welcomed to the Omni Room.
Guys, welcome to the Omni Room. Welcome to the Omni Room.
We made it. Let's go.
Firstly, welcome to the Omni Room. So welcome to the Omni Room. Gentlemen, the Omni Room, welcome.
Number 3, the part where someone won a 98-inch TV, but because they didn't have a microphone on, he just had to point at the number and look surprised. Number 2, the projection-based room. Just to be clear, this is a different room from the Omni Room. It's actually kind of neat. Every time they were going to a new map, there would be these CG transitions, and it seems like nobody in the room actually cared about it.
These animations have been on point in the room. I love seeing them on camera.
And number 1, Chris Puckett, Call of Duty Next MVP. So look at this guy for a second.
This is an international fiesta in this room. Let me tell you, the LATAM crew, they are sniping heads. I got Portuguese being yelled at here by 9X. The Brazilians are going crazy.
I didn't think on-air personalities like that existed anymore. This guy's whole deal is like a throwback to 2003, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Watch him pitch this gobblegum dispenser.
You've got some more gobblegum news, don't you, sir?
Yes, I do, Miles. Look at this thing. I got the Gobblegum mini dispenser replica. It works. It's functioning. That's right. And for all those Call of Duty collector fans out there,
he has the nerve to say it works, it's functioning, even when it has clearly stopped functioning. That is simply impressive. And here's another segment sponsored by Little Caesars. Look, these 2 presenters have picked up pizza slices out of the box that already had bites taken out. By my calculations, we're not looking at take 1 here. So I appreciate that in the wrap up here, even though T-Dog Smitty let some pizza slip on the floor, Chris gets through his copy and, confident that he nails it, tosses the card, winks, and points.
Number 85, Little Caesars Call of Duty. Does it get better than that? I didn't think so.
That's what we call the trifecta and the mark of a true professional. I mean, this guy could sell Game Pass for $40 a month.